Hi guys, welcome back to another episode of the Kickoff Discussion podcast. Some days ago, Nigeria played a 1-1 draw with South Africa. There are some concerns about the game, and majority of the people are kind of questioning the credibility of Finidi George as a coach and his playing style, his lineup choices, and the substitution. Well, for me personally, I won't say he's a bad coach, but when you look at who gave Nigeria their last major silverware, he is a Nigerian guy. He's a Nigerian man, which is Stephen Keshi of a blessed memory. May God forgive him. May God bless his soul. And so ever since then, we've not seen a glimpse of winning any silverware ever since. And right now, we have the Nigerian appoint another Nigerian as the head coach. I think this is the pinnacle of football in Nigeria, and majority of people are actually concerned about whether Finidi George will be the man to bring the glory back to Nigeria. Well, from my perspective, I would say as a manager, he is trying to look at what he will do better than his predecessor. And from the last game, in the first half was nothing to write home about from my own perspective, because the playing was not just good enough. I think the game plan that they had in the first half didn't work as the manager envisioned, and he did well to actually shake things up in the second half, and they actually come out to play better football that we've seen for a long time. So, for me personally, I would say in terms of ball play, I think he's on the right path. But when you look at his lineup choice, some people question his lineup choices. But for me, it's not a bad idea because he trusts those players. That's why he had to field them. And when you look at all these players, they are the finest that Nigeria has ever got. All of them, their performance has been excellent throughout the season with their respective clubs. And when they come back to represent Nigeria, everybody expects something similar to what they are doing in their respective club side. However, the manager is new to them, and he is trying to get the rhythm with the players. So the second half, when they came back in, the game actually changed, and they did some kind of things that was different from what they did in the first half. Some people are actually blaming on Auchu that he wasn't good enough in that game. I won't blame him because his numbers speaks volumes, and that's why he was invited to the national team in the first place. And for Finidi George to actually trust him to put him in the starting lineup, I think he deserved to be on the pitch. And if he played the way he played that day, I think it all boils down to the game plan that the manager wants from him. And if you look at what he did in that game, he won a lot of fouls up front, and which is what I think the reason why he was there was to kind of hold up the play for his midfielders to attack. And well, in the second half, he kind of do a little bit of that, and that was part of what led to the equalizing goal by Dele Bashiru in the second half. So when you look at there are positives to take out from the game, and I believe that they can actually go all the way to win against Benin Republic. But if we play the way we played in the second half of that game, I don't think Nigeria stand a chance with Benin Republic, because Benin Republic, they are underdog, and Nigeria is a team to beat. So Nigeria needs to prove that we are the big boys in Africa, and we need to set the tune from the first minute, and that is exactly what I want from the team. Well, I won't say Nigeria is bad and we have every avenue to qualify, but from my perspective, I don't want anything permutation and calculation at the end of the day that we will now be refreshing live scores, be looking at other people to lose for us to qualify, which is not good enough from my own perspective. And I think, like, now that we have our own pen to write our own history, and we have our own destiny at our own hands now, and we need to set that right from the next game. The first game, the last game has came and has gone, and we need to rectify the errors that happened in that game, and we need to set things right against Benin Republic. But for me personally, I think the game against Benin Republic will be quite different, because the manager is trying to learn one or two. He's trying to learn one or two, and I believe he will have learned his lessons with his game plan against South Africa. We had a lot of chances in that game, and if we had converted 2 or 3 in that game, I don't think anybody will kind of question his credibility or what he has to offer as a coach. So that was all I have to say about the game. And against Benin Republic, I expect a different kind of game against them, because I want to see a team that actually that we all know as a Nigerian team, because right in Africa, I think Nigeria has the finest players on the continent, because when you look at what our boys are doing in Europe and other parts of the world, it's quite astonishing. And when they come back to represent Nigeria, Nigerians expect much from them, and I want them to actually prove those points against Benin Republic, because that is what they were known for in their respective clubs. So I think, for me personally, I think the game will be a different one, but I just want Nigeria to set a good tone from the first minute, so that we'll have a good chance, we'll put ourselves in a good spot towards the next phase of the qualifier. Well, that's all I have in this video. Let me know what you think about the game and what you look forward to in the next game against Benin Republic. Thank you very much for your support, and I will see you in another episode, and bye for now.